These are not small business people. 8,000 people decided to open a smoke shop. This is all connected.
So if y'all live in Texas, y'all probably know about the crazy THCA ban that Dan Patrick's trying to push. It's just a bunch of horseshit conspiracies and just blatant lies. Now, if y'all don't live in Texas and y'all don't know who Dan Patrick is, then I would consider yourselves lucky. Y'all may ask why he's such a bad politician and such a corrupt one. And the number one reason for him to try to ban THCA is because it's making way more than the big alcohol or the big pharma industry. Those are his two biggest donators. If this bill does pass, Dan is going to be getting a big ass check from both corporations. That's not to mention, this is an indirect way to help the cartels make more money, because if people can't legally buy their stuff online or from a licensed verified seller, they're gonna have to get it from the cartel. And if Dan Patrick is really worried about kids' health and people's health because weed is supposedly poisoning people, what's he gonna do when people start dying of more fentanyl overdoses? Because you can't check on whether the cartel puts fentanyl in their stuff or not. But let me show you this video I watched today of Dan Patrick talking, and y'all can just hear the fear mongering that he's trying to put in here, and just how scared he's trying to make people.
And we know a lot of these smoke shops and vape shops they don't even have a registration. They're not even operating legally in our view. But even the ones that are, I said 4,000 in 3 years. So what does that mean? Did 4,000 people wake up one morning and say, you know what, I'm going to go into the smoke shop business?
I understand them going after businesses that don't have any licenses or any certifications from the state to sell it, but he is going after businesses that have already done everything that the state wanted them to do to be able to legally sell it. So he is stripping 4,000 people from their jobs. Who is he to say why did 4,000 people all of a sudden just want to go in the cannabis industry? You're not them. Why the fuck does that matter to you?
I bet I can find a connection in maybe Mexico or maybe California or Colorado, and I can get all my supply chain. And then I think I'll go lease space, and I'll get my shop to look like everyone else's shop, about the same square footage, very similar products.
So according to Dan, the reason why THCA is bad is because they get it from other states. They don't get it from Texas. They get it from other states, even though it's legally compliant with the Farm Bill 2018. Just because they get it from other states, it makes it a bad thing. Like at this point, I just feel like Dan is just talking to hear himself talk, because nothing he has really said so far has made any sense whatsoever.
This was not a case, Josh, of individual little business people, and there may have been some. I'm a small business owner myself. There may have been some, but the majority of these are controlled by behind the scenes of the cannabis industry. And so, number one, we're not putting small businesses out of business. We're putting an entire industry out, $8 billion.
Within the first 4 seconds, he's already contradicting himself, because he goes from, oh yeah, these aren't small businesses, to, oh, I'm sure there might be a few small businesses affected. They don't really matter, though. They can go fuck themselves. But he's making it sound like there's like two big cannabis industries from like other states that are coming here to push their stuff as THCA, when none of that's happening. All of the $8 billion industry that he's so proud to take away are all of the small businesses, all like combined, if that makes sense. So he is essentially bragging about taking away an $8 billion industry of small businesses and make so many people jobless.
And by the way, how can they make $8 billion? Some of these products you're seeing sell for, these bags of candy sell for $30, $40, $60, $90. It's a massive profit. So they came into Texas. They built all of these stores at one time out. They leased all these shopping center spaces. They all look the same, basically. Again, there's some independent people in there, but the majority of these are run by various cannabis organizations. And they've taken over to Texas, and they've made these THC smoke and vape shops basically nothing but a drug deal.
I don't know. I guess Dan Patrick just thinks all of Texas is stupid and doesn't know how to open up a business because he is talking like fucking already established big businesses are coming down here to Texas to sell their stuff. I can confirm that does not happen. Okay, the only shit that gets sold down here is stuff you've never heard of because it's mainly a THCA company because that's how it was made, was from the backbone of THCA and not THC. I would be so down to ban every single kind of altnoid, which is an alternative cannabinoid. But THCA is not an alternative cannabinoid. THCA is hemp, and it should be treated as hemp. It shouldn't be treated as weed. It shouldn't be treated as anything like that. It should be treated as hemp. It should only be treated as weed if you light it up and smoke it. But before you do all that, it should be treated as hemp because that's what it is. And then he starts rambling on about how the smoke shops are essentially just legal drug deals. Like, what are you even saying at this point? Like, what are you even saying at this point? So is a liquor store because alcohol is a drug too.
When we had testimony and in my press conference, law enforcement, one of our chiefs of police said, this is nothing but a drug deal going on near our schools with all these candies and popcorn you see. So it's not small business.
So apparently, if you sell anything that resembles candy or looks like candy, even if it's marketed to adults and not advertised to kids, that's basically a legal drug. That's basically a drug deal, according to Dan Patrick and his team of officers, which I don't know which team of officers he has, but I would get a new team if I was him because his team doesn't sound too smart. But it's all good because next election, he's probably not going to win. Plus, I'm going to throw this in here. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm not. But I'm almost confident that a state law cannot trump a federal law, which means a state law cannot overpower what a federal law says. And since the 2018 Farm Bill Act is signed, then technically we are federally allowed to have that. So they cannot make a law to make that illegal if we are federally able to have it. Now, like I said, I could be wrong. I'm not a lawyer, but I'm pretty sure I'm not. That's going to be it for this video. If y'all like this style of video, just let me know in the comments below, and I'll do more styles like this. If not, also let me know, so I won't do more like this. But yeah, I hope y'all have a good day. I'll see y'all.